In this video, we're going to go over some of the pros and cons of living here in the city of Bedford, Massachusetts. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Roberto Diaz, and if this is your first time to my channel, here I do videos about Massachusetts, and I also go to different cities here in Massachusetts and do vlogs. People find these kind of videos very helpful to help them decide what areas to live. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to the channel. And also, we are the relocation team here in Massachusetts. We get calls, texts, emails for people looking to relocate. So if you have any question about the market, feel free to reach out to us by giving us a call, send us a text or email. So New Bedford is, it's a very nice city. Of course, just like any other places, there's always the good and the bad. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of living here in New Bedford. I've been here for a pretty long time now. These pros and cons are based on my experience after living here for a pretty long time now. I would like to share it with you. Maybe if you're thinking about moving to New Bedford, or maybe even if you're coming to visit, some of these can be helpful to you. All right, pro one that I added on my list is the restaurants. So when it comes to find a place to eat, New Bedford actually has so many great places that you can eat. We have seafood, Mexican food. We have all different types of food here. You can pretty much find a restaurant on every corner here in New Bedford. So if you're a foodie person, you'll definitely love New Bedford. With so many choices, sometimes it's hard to decide what you want to eat. If you're into seafood, like me, I love to eat seafood. We have fresh seafood here with some great restaurants. And if you're looking for some recommendation for restaurants, leave a comment below and I'll be more than happy to recommend some of the restaurants that I usually go. So yeah, if you're a foodie person, you'll definitely love New Bedford. You can pretty much find a place to eat all the way from northern side to southern side. We pretty much have everything here. So con number one here that I added on this list is winter. As you know, Massachusetts, it gets really cold in general. Some winter can be very bad. Especially with New Bedford being close to the water. There's some months that it can get really cold, and we also get like some snowstorm. Although for the past few years we haven't seen a lot of snow like we used to, but I remember back then it used to snow a lot, snow on top of snow. I remember when I used to walk to school, it used to be really cold, especially like the month of January, February. It gets very cold. So if you're coming from a warm place, just keep that in mind that here it gets really cold, especially like Boston. It gets very cold. So with us being very close to Boston, like 15 minutes away, so the winter here can be very bad. So just keep that in mind. Pro number two is walkability. New Bedford actually has some very nice places that you can go for a walk, especially during the summertime. We have a place like here in the West End, like the Bottomwood Park. There's a nice place there. You could go for a walk, bring your dog, and also by the beach. There's a nice place there you can walk. And usually every summertime they usually do like a half marathon here in New Bedford. I like that about New Bedford. There's like I said, there's so many places to go for a walk. I usually go to Bottomwood Park to do my my morning walking routine, and you can also go by the beach, which is very nice. Con number two here that I added on the list is expensive housing. Even though New Bedford can be affordable to live, but I just find that some of the houses here can still be very expensive compared to some other like states. Like for example, like Texas, you could find a decent house over there, decent size for less price. I just find that some houses can still be very expensive. Let's say if you're buying a single family home under 1,500 square feet, with the three bedrooms, one bed, that can cost you around like $400,000 to $450,000, depends on the location. So I just think that that's still kind of expensive, and it makes it harder for some people to afford it. New Bedford is still affordable compared to Boston. Another pro here is the history. New Bedford, in fact, one time was one of the richest city in the entire country. There's so many histories here you can find. There's so many places that you can visit, like the Whale Museum, the Military Museum. You could pretty much find the history everywhere here in New Bedford, especially here in downtown. So if you're into history, you'll definitely love New Bedford here, and with a lot of choices and places that you can visit. Con number 3, unsafe neighborhoods. It's just like any other cities here in Massachusetts. You always have some of the good areas and some of the bad areas. So there's some bad areas here in New Bedford. I highly recommend you do your research. If you want to know about the crime rate, contact the police department, get some information. You know, obviously there's some nice areas here in New Bedford, but like I said, there's some bad ones. So do your research on that before you move there, so you don't, you know, regret later on. I'm not gonna go too deep in details in terms of crime, you know, as that is not my job, but I highly recommend contact the police department, get as much information as you can about the area that you're looking to move in. Another pro here is the fun night. New Bedford actually has great places for fun, especially during the weekends. At night, we have some bars, clubs here where you can go with your friends, have a drink. You know, you can just go in and have a good time. They also do a lot of activities here, especially during the summertime here in downtown. People come from different cities, different states, just to come spend the weekends here in New Bedford. Like I said, with some of the great restaurants here. I find in New Bedford during the summertime, with so many places here to visit, bars, clubs, you know, during the weekends. You'll have a good time here. There's so many activities that you do in the weekends, especially here in downtown. So you'll definitely have some fun here. Another pro that I added on this list, I like how New Bedford is very close to some of the major cities like North Dartmouth and Fairhaven, Acushnet, even Boston, just being 50 minutes away. Let's say maybe you work in Boston and you're looking for a more affordable place. You know, you can just live here in New Bedford, and soon we're gonna have the train to go to Boston, so you can just take the train and go to work. Let's say if you're gonna rent 2 bedrooms, 1 bed here in New Bedford, it can cost you anywhere between $1,400 to $1,600, so that's still very affordable compared to Boston. We don't have big stores like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, but they're right there in North Dartmouth, which is only like 15 minutes drive, so that's not too bad. But also we are close to Cape Cod, which is, especially during summertime, you know, so many people come to Cape Cod. So, you know, if you're here in New Bedford, it's only like, you know, 40-50 minutes drive to Cape Cod. It depends where you're going in Cape Cod. I just find it very beneficial instead of driving like for hours. So New Bedford is surrounded by all these major cities, which is, you know, it's not that far. So it makes it easy for you to drive to where you want to go. Last pro here that I added on my list is minimal traffic. So usually we don't really have traffic here. Let's say if you're going from south end to north end, usually there's no traffic here. Maybe sometimes during the rush hour, maybe around like 2:30, 4:30, when kids are getting out of school, you might expect a little bit of traffic, but it's nothing like Boston or, you know, so it's pretty easy to get around here, to drive here. You know, if you're going to the grocery stores, or even if you're going to Dartmouth or Acushnet, Fairhaven, there's not much traffic here. So I like how, you know, New Bedford is easy to get around. I've been to Boston a bunch of times. I just hate the traffic there, but here in New Bedford, very easy to get around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any question, reach out to me, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. Maybe if you used to live here in New Bedford, or if you live here, share your thoughts in the comments. You know, I would love to hear from you. And if you want to watch a vlog that I did on the South End Beach, go ahead and watch this video next. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.